Hello Gemini, and happy birthday, happy solar return, and happy month of June. So for you, I meditated on your energy and what spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. First card out is the Queen of Pentacles. So right away we're talking about that inner knowledge that we have enough, that we are enough, that we are supported, that we are at the gates of allowing abundance in, that we are in that power. There it starts with that Queen of Pentacles. Then we have the Ten of Wands. So that tells me that there's an end of a cycle of the way you used to do things, how you brought things forward, where you aligned your willpower and the weight it created on your shoulders. End of a process. The Ten of Wands is really the end of a process. So that's why it can be as much for some of you, like if you wrote a book, this is bringing it to the editor finished. Ten of Wands. Processed, finished. Or if you used to do things in a certain pattern that wasn't to your benefit, the end of that cycle will be the end of a way to do things because the process has been done. After that, I have the King of Wands and the Four of Wands. So a lot of wands here. So it has to do with your willpower, with your fire, with what brings you forward, what attracts you, and what brings you forward. So the King of Wands, this is mastering this. That cycle is over. Now you're in full power of what you want to manifest in this life, what you want to go for. And the Four of Wands, this is when everything is on the surface. That's why we see a celebration. There's no undercurrent happening. It is clear. It is right up there. So knowing clearly with enthusiasm about what we want to go for and what we want to build. Under our Queen of Pentacles, I have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. So there's there's a wand that arrived at one point in your life, maybe last month, maybe in the beginning of the month, but it's that new willpower, that new passion, that new fire up under you. And with the Page of Cups, that's a fire that has a bit more emotion. It has emotional possibilities in it, to feel happier, to feel more content, to be creative or whatever. That kind of will that I'm not just going to follow what I want, but I will actually have a cup in my hand, an Ace of Cups. That's the page. So under our 10 here, because I'm probably under this, since you realized your worth, your value, you have enough and all of that, and you're deciding to open the gate of abundance, then that brings these two cards in. And let's go right away under. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is the balance, the opening of giving and receiving. And the Six of Pentacles, that's the moon in Taurus, and we've just had the new moon in Taurus. So for the next 6 months, it will have the influence of going deep in our unconscious so that we can allow this abundance, because Taurus is solidity ruled by Venus. We're talking abundance, we're talking beauty, we're talking all of these things. To be in abundance is a state of being. Six of Pentacles is that. In that abundance, I shall give away the overflow, not sacrifice myself. Give away the overflow because I am opening up to overflow. and I shall only receive from the overflow of others, not from sacrifices of others. I do not expect when I give for the joy of giving, and vice versa. So this is almost like this understanding that you have embodied in the Queen of Pentacles, because this knowledge is embodied in the Queen of Pentacles. And that is kind of a new, yes, this is it, this is now. And at the same time, it is bringing me a possibility of emotional fulfillment in that new way of being. So old way of being is ending. And here I have the Page of Pentacles, the Moon, I think we say the Moon in Taurus, and the Magician, manifesting this. And so for it to be completely manifested, yes, of course you have to, walk forward with something concrete, with a seed, with that new perception of your life, and bring it forward to plant it with these intentions or these comprehension inside of you. And the Moon here, that means in your unconscious also. That's why it's the Moon in Taurus, bringing that concept all the way to your unconscious. And that is going to put you back into power of manifestation. Under that, we have everything that you are actually letting go with your Ten of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles. That maybe when it comes to abundance, because this seems to be about that. When it comes to abundance, sometimes, yes, we want abundance, but at the same time we can feel guilty about it. So that puts us in a kind of Two of Pentacles. There's a concept of reality that we need to release, so that we are only embarked into one. For this one here, I have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. When it will come for you, and some of you are there right now, some of you will face that during the month, when it comes to this, embodiment of abundance, knowing I am enough, knowing I have enough to bring this in. I am worth it. That's the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, some of you will juggle about that, because in your Moon, maybe there's the opposite. Your thoughts here, how you can sabotage yourself with unresolved deep emotions that can come up and influence the way that you project and you see. This is Venus in Scorpio. So Venus, that rules Taurus, that rules abundance and love and all of that. Not comfortable, deep, so deep in Scorpio here. So that's why it makes this screen of smoke in front of the guy. And so he only has his emotional projection in front of him. And that makes him think that these are his options. And so that's why he can easily sabotage himself if he's easily, making bad scenarios. And then here I have the Pope. So if you are someone who can make bad scenarios, this is going to be your reality, because these are going to be the doors that you will open, that you will open. The Pope. So, but if this seems to be clearing, because under our King of Wands, with the Four of Wands, I have the Ten of Swords. So with the consciousness of how these thoughts can completely betray us, this way of thinking, this way of doing, what I used to carry on my shoulders because of what I believed, this is changing because of the new moon in Taurus. Maybe some of you wished upon that new moon to bring in abundance. And the way it's going to do it, it's going to have to go in your unconscious and change your belief there. Because in order to actually bring down and manifest abundance, you need to believe it consciously and unconsciously. Let's clarify this. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for June, Gemini, birthday Gemini. Gemini. June. Call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. To me about the Queen of Pentacles, I have the Three of Cups. All right, this is the willpower to want to celebrate, bring our emotions higher. Yes, this is a bit how can someone look at life? Three of Cups is celebration of life. It is rising our vibration. It's usually the three graces that celebrate life and that are in gratitude to the divine for what they have received and will pass it on. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is having the attitude in front of life of I am enjoying life and I have what it takes to create the life that I want. This is when we wake up in the morning, how we take the day. You can take it as I had a lot of losses and I had a lot of misery. And what am I going to have to face today? That would be Three of Cups in reverse. Or you can take it as life today. What are you going to offer me to make me happy? It can be the wind blowing on my cheek. It can be a butterfly passing, the smile of a friend, anything. If you see it as always gestures of life, the divine, call it as you wish, wanting to bring joy and fulfillment in your heart, then I can guarantee you that the results will be completely different. So we're talking about this here. Ten of Wands. Ooh, okay. Page of Swords. This is to say that you kind of understood a truth about all of this, which can make you finish the cycle of how you used to walk in life, go forward in life. Now, the King of Wands, that's the part of us that is enthusiastic, that has goals and ambition. And now the goals and ambitions are clear and on the surface. This is what I want to do, and I am going to go for it. Now, Seven of Pentacles, and here I have the Seven of Swords. So, will you sabotage yourself because you will not see the results right away? There's time and investment and nurturing to be put for your goals. The Seven of Swords being there, and let's not forget we have the Ten of Swords here, so we know that cycle is finished. So this is like keeping it for the long run. Not, yes, I am enthusiastic today, I believe it, but tomorrow it's another story. Then things change. I start having like a squirrel in my head telling me, you know, things like it won't work, or, you know, life is supposed to be hard, or whatever. So this is something to watch. But since the Four of Wands is there, that tells me that that aspect of you that you know that you have is up on the surface. It's not hidden in the shadow anymore. You see yourself going, and you know yourself. Therefore, you have power over it. Now, let's look at the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Spirit. Five of Cups. So, and that is why you needed to, because you went through a lot of battles and you had a lot of strife, heartaches and losses, and this is the difference between those two. Are your cups, are your emotion, the vibration of your emotions, are they on the floor spilled, or are they right up in the air there? That's the difference. And this is like, oh my God, I have a new way of doing things, and in the here and now, I am choosing to grab that extra cup, that extra emotional satisfaction filled with possibilities, so that it can make 5 + 1 6 balance. All the sixes are balanced. That's why we have the Six of Pentacle. So your Five of Cups, yes, wounds and things like that. This is like actually deciding with enthusiasm and willpower to leave what didn't work and what was tiring before, into choosing to celebrate life. It's like a shift in perspective. For some of you, it will also be gaining energy, you know, like if, because carrying this and this all the way to a 10 of Wands is very heavy. So that can make us very tired, especially for an air sign that's supposed to be swift and acting a lot of energy, you know, air. This is heavy. So a lot of you will have this new light up your soul, the sole of your shoe and your soul. Show me the Page of Pentacle. Whoops. Yes, and the Moon, and the, here we have the Six of Swords, another 6. There's the balance, see, from the 7 here, the 6, because we are choosing this. Because we have that clarity here, it helps us. The Six of Swords, that's when thoughts start becoming wisdom that we carry with us, and with our willpower, because this guy has a stick, eh? And he's got the woman and the child. That's the holy trilogy right there within ourselves, riding on the waters of our vibration, of our emotions, and all of that with our thoughts, pushing us forward with our wand, with our willpower, and keeping only the wisdom of it. Six of Swords always has this decision mark about it. We choose to go to a calmer place. It cannot be done for us. So here, going to a calmer place, even in the Moon, unconsciously, we understand, and we have that new wand. Show me the 10 of Swords. Now that's good, because it's the end of that cycle. Yes. Emperor, 3 of Swords. All those disappointments, heartaches that we used to sabotage ourselves because we kept bringing them up in the way we imagined. You know, it's like in the morning, again, I'll take the morning example. You can wake up happy, but if you linger there, if you have a bit of the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Swords within you, what would happen is that as you're laying, thinking, then the thoughts start becoming sad. Almost like a spiral that you can't help. And so this is it. This is when Venus is in your deep waters, unconscious waters, and it's affecting your mind. So that what makes that kind of pattern of up and down and up and down. But that understanding and that decision to bring that understanding even in your moon, that is how you take control, Emperor, over your heartaches, over your capacity to hurt your emotions with your mind. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, finishing that cycle. Justice, because it is to rebalance things for you. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, it kind of opened like this, so I'm gonna keep it. 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Now it is clear and on the surface, and I have the 9 of Cups. We're not in the 7 of Cups, we're in the 9 of Cups. I am not letting my old wounds affect and be projected in my daily life. No, I am emotionally content and well with myself, because I am elevating my emotions, because I understood that I had what it takes, I am enough, and all of that. Now show me this lot here. This is like the thing that you are overcoming, that was stuck in the waters of your moon. And 6 of Swords, that tells me that you are overcoming it. 5 of Pentacles, all of this was kind of a lack mentality, lack about yourself, and also leaving yourself out in the cold. Here I have the 8 of Swords. So maybe it is not going to be so clear and fast all of a sudden. You're gonna fight it. You are going to fight this understanding. Maybe your ego is going to freak out and give you counter arguments. So expect it. They're going to come from your unconscious here. Pope. So it is the opportunity to master that. Pope. Pope is going to apply and be the counterpart of your High Priestess. So, what you understand spiritually will be put in the 3D world. Oh my God, okay. So it all comes down. Okay, there's a big transformation happening for you, Gemini. First of all, I have the 4 of Pentacles. So there's a resistance here of holding on maybe to your past pains, and because that's your story. That's, you know, I went through this and I went through that, and I overcame that. So they become almost medals of honor at that point. the sorrows and the things like that, putting us in the Seven of Cups again. But there, Knight of Swords, that's you. There, I get the truth, my truth here, that is giving me the opportunity to finish my cycle and move forward from my, unconscious emotions that were in the moon there, my Seven of Cups that was hiding in the moon and that I was holding on to a bit. That truth, of course, creates a tower, an awakening. The way I was before, no way I could have reached the abundance and the joy I set myself for in the beginning of the month, or the wish I put on the new moon in Taurus. Even if you didn't do it through a ceremony or whatever, just carrying this during this time in your heart, this wish for you, this goal, King of Wands, will provoke that. Then the universe will say, yes, Gemini, you want to have abundance. All right, in order to do that, I'm going to have to show you what's hiding in your moon that is preventing you from having it. So it has to crumble, because no way that with all of that I would have been able to reach it. And once it crumbles, then I am in my full power to actually create happiness. It's almost like if I am in the Seven of Cups and using this with the Seven of Swords on myself, I cannot reach abundance, easiness, support, and happiness. It's not like the more in deep trauma I am, the more that's like imagining a savior, but that doesn't exist in for tarot. You have to save yourself, and it's giving you the tools how to do it. And how to do it is to recognize what keeps you there in your unconscious, in your moon, to look at it, to look how much you paid by believing it, and then rising above it. Letting the tower come down means letting down the I am right, I am holding on to this, I will achieve my goal feeling like this. No, I have to let go of that and actually build and create from anew. But with my knowledge of I am enough, I am at the gate of abundance, and I can create that for myself. The balance of give and take, all on the surface. Abundance can only come when it is as much willed in the conscious and in the unconscious. So there you go. It's like you're going to work on the two sides of you so that they can be aligned and really activate that. So Gemini, on this, I'm going to wish you a wonderful birthday. This, for some of you, it is just going to be events. You will remember this and you will say, okay, I see now. It is my opportunity to shift this. And others of you will be like in bigger events where this is going to be shown to you. But it is all for you to gain your power to actually go and manifest your abundance. So this is how I'm going to call it. Control, because we have the Emperor here. Gaining control over your mind. Yeah. All right. So, all my love and light. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, commenting. If you need a private reading, the description is below. I want to send my heart and support to all of you that are dealing with this virus still. Some are better off than others, so just keep on shining your beautiful light into this situation, and I will too. And my heart goes out there for all of you. Apart from that, thank you for the ones of you that gave donations. New moon, full moon, I send you a wish for the universe to give you back. And that new moon was the Six of Pentacles. So there you go. On this namaste, happy birthday again, and I'll see you next month. All right.